the snubs. NFL.com ranked the most glaring omissions, and Cowboy linebacker Leighton Vander Esch topped the list. The rookie has stood out with 116 combined tackles and 2 interceptions after replacing the injured Sean Lee. The tackling Dutchman was even listed above other notable snubs like Alvin Kamara and Christian McCaffrey. So, Shannon, do you agree that the tackling Dutchman was the biggest snub?
Hell no. Not even close.
You just hell no to Dallas Cowboys?
No, Skip. I mean,
you
look.
hell no'd him.
Skip,
This is your tackling Dutchman.
First of all,
this is the wolf hunter.
Yeah, he is, Skip. But first of all, he's not even having the best rookie season for an inside linebacker. That belongs to the guy up in Indy, Darius Leonard, who has 22 more tackles than anybody. But here's the thing, what's so amazing about this kid, Skip. He has more tackles right now than anybody had all of last year. And he didn't go. That was a snub. Andrew Luck. Huge snub. Russell Wilson. Skip, what about Chris Jones? The dude has a sack in 10 consecutive games, 14 and a half sacks. He's 5th in the league in sacks.
He got positioned because he's at the wrong position.
Yeah, they're talking about he's a defensive end.
What?
First of all, San Diego plays a 3-4. Melvin Ingram is a linebacker, outside linebacker. See, and what they do, Skip, they position guys to try to get them into the Pro Bowl because they put him up against Von Miller, so you do outside linebackers. So that means he's going to have to go up against D Ford, Von Miller, and Jadeveon Clowney. Do you really want that matchup? No, let's put him at defensive end. Look, Myles Garrett had an unbelievable year. Melvin Ingram had an unbelievable year. But they didn't have better years than Chris Jones. Chris Jones has been unbelievable. Cut the tape on, watch the TV copy, and tell me 95 of the Chiefs don't jump out at you.
He does.
Look,
he jumps off TV.
Yes. And considering how bad they are defensively, that's saying something for him to jump off the screen. Skip, this is not a slight against Vander Esch because he's had an unbelievable rookie season. To come into, because I don't think they expected him to play a lot. They had Sean Lee. And now that looks like a very, very good pick for them moving forward. But he didn't have a better year than Luke Kuechly. Luke Kuechly's off the chain. And Bobby Wagner, Skip. And I said this before, they're the two best.
Bobby Wagner just might have had his best year of all the great years.
Exactly. It's surprising that he hasn't won a Defensive Player of the Year. But, you know, these guys, you get Aaron Donald putting up these phenomenal seasons. But Skip, no, he's not the biggest snub. Vander Esch is not the biggest snub. I believe Andrew Luck. I believe Darius, Skip. How does a guy, I mean, think about it. The dude has 22 more tackles. For an inside linebacker, he has 7 sacks. He's 7th in pass defense as an inside linebacker. And he doesn't make the bowl. Come on, man. This Skip, they're getting out of hand with this. This is starting to turn into, look, and it's always been this way. This is a reputation thing. Because when I look at it, Skip, I don't care what you did in the past. I don't care if you're a 15-time Pro Bowler. I'm looking at you during the course of this season. And if your play isn't worthy, you're not getting my vote. It's simple as that. But Vander Esch is not even, he shouldn't even be a top 10 snub. You better go to Andrew Luck. You better go to Russell Wilson. You better go to Darius Leonard and Chris Jones before you even mention a Vander Esch. Let alone talk about a snub. Before you even mention his name, there's 5 guys right there, Skip, that are way, way bigger snubs than Leighton Vander Esch.
So, to your point, when I read this headline very early this morning, I nearly fell off my treadmill. I had to blink. I slapped myself in the face once, like, wait a second. I know I got to be careful there. 2019 NFL Pro Bowl snubs. Leighton Vander Esch tops the list. What? What? He tops the list?
He means difficult names to pronounce.
I guess so. But again, when you talk about reputation, what does he have going? Right? Okay. He's got new reputation. He's got internet building reputation where everybody's doing the wolf howl, including Darius Leonard, right? Including the opponents, right? And by the way, Darius Leonard outplayed him head-to-head the other day. It was 11 tackles to 8 tackles. But look, has Leighton Vander Esch been like a revelation?
Yes.
Yes, he has. Because I blasted Dallas for taking him the day after the draft because I told you I'd watched one Boise State game against Josh Allen at Wyoming. And I watched the whole game for Josh Allen, who was hit and miss, and I didn't love him, but I didn't see double nickels jump off the screen one time. So I'm thinking, you're taking him over DJ Moore, who I thought was going to be sensational.
And he has been.
And he has been, okay? But the point is, he did change. He came in right as the world changed in Dallas. Now, that may have had something to do with the arrival of Amari Cooper.
Yes.
But he did step in for Sean Lee, and it started at Philly.
Right.
And remember, it was his interception that turned the whole tide.
Yep.
Everything turned from that point forward. I give him that. But help me out here. Who would you rather have, Jalen Smith or Leighton Vander Esch? Right now, you got two youngins. I'm taking Jalen Smith. Yeah. Is he not a little more sudden?
Yeah.
Is he not a better blitzer?
Yeah.
Is he not just sideline to sideline?
Yeah.
And Leighton he's got range,
good range,
and length, and
he's basically he reminds you of Brian Urlacher.
He does,
because he's 6'4", 6'4 and a half, 250, 255.
Jalen Smith is hellacious. I mean, he's the one who's changing life on that defense. I don't know where he was on Sunday. We're going to talk about that in just a minute.
We will.
But my point is, if somebody got snubbed, I'm going Jalen Smith got snubbed over Leighton Vander Esch. I completely agree with you about Darius Leonard. That's outrageous.
Come on, man.
He has to be on this team.
I mean, and McKinney skipped this. And see, the thing is, and people are like, well, if you say this guy should be on, you got to take somebody off. Okay. McKinney, Houston Texans?
Yeah.
No, you didn't have a better. He did not have a better year than Darius Leonard.
How do you do this? And plus, that defense has been red hot thanks to him.
I've never heard of a middle linebacker, and I played with Ray. Ray never had 7 sacks in a season. This dude got 7 sacks, 146 tackles.
And to your point, he's just running away with the tackles. What is it over Kuechly? 22 more
22.
than Kuechly?
22. He has more tackles in 14 games than anybody had last year in 16 games.
I think we need a recount on this one, right?
And then Chris Jones got 14 and a half sacks.
And by the way, T.Y. Hilton's on this list, and I can make a case for him.
Juju.
Okay, you can make a case for Juju.
But it's hard to make a case because, Skip, when you look at the wide receivers, are you leaving DeAndre Hopkins home?
No.
Are you leaving Tyreek home?
No.
Keenan Allen was balled out. Antonio Brown, he leads the NFL in touchdown catches.
It's hard.
It's hard. I mean, there are some positions. To be a middle linebacker in the NFC, in order for you to crack Bobby Wagner and Luke Kuechly and make someone leave those guys home, your defense is going to have to be first or second. Your team's going to have to be in position to win the division, and you're going to have to be off the chart.
Yep.
That's the only way you're going to crack that because they got such big names. And when you see them on in televised games, Skip, they stick out.
Yep.
You look at Luke Kuechly the other night, Skip, he's everywhere. You look at Bobby Wagner when he's been on Monday Night Football, he's everywhere.
He is.
So in order for you to break their streak, you're going to have to be spectacular.
Yep. Which, speaking of loaded positions in the NFC, brings me to one name on this list that was a little down the list, but really leaped out and grabbed my eyes.
What's that?
And it's the 11th player on the NFL.com snubs list. And it's this guy named Adrian Peterson.
Man, they need to stop.
Okay, but I got to tell you, does he at least deserve some honorable mention? Because given what I thought he couldn't do anymore, I thought he had a great year. Given what I thought he didn't have left.
Skip.
Okay, he averaged 4.2 a carry. That's pretty great.
Yeah.
That team is 7-7. That team is not dead yet. And a big part of that has been him. And obviously, they've gone from one quarterback to another, to Mark Sanchez, now to Josh Johnson, right? Okay, so I got to give him some credit. He at least belongs somewhere on the snub list. I can't make a case because that position is, Gurley and Zeke, and it's just
and Saquon.
And Saquon.
So where you going?
Okay, you can't do it. But I'm just saying.
Look at his last 5 games, Skip. What has he done in his last 5 games?
Okay, but he's got 923 yards for the year. That's pretty great.
Skip, we felt the question that you and I had when some of these running backs went down. Is he going to get enough carries because he's a bell cow running back, which means he needs to get the lion's share of the carries?
Yep.
Was he going to get enough carries in order for him to be successful? You and I thought he could be successful if he got the carries. But down the stretch, and that's what happens as you start.
I know. I got
it.
He
couldn't, Skip. I mean, because, he goes for think about it, Skip. He goes 90 yards on 1 carry, and then his next 8 carries, he goes 8 yards.
No, I got it.
And then he goes 17, 25.
I'm with you. But if Darius Geist doesn't go down early this year, I think Adrian's watching football this year from his couch, right? I'm pretty sure.
And that's the thing. I mean, and so, look, Skip, you got Tyron Smith. That's a reputation pick.
Total reputation. And thank you for bringing him up because, again, he played with a bad elbow and a bad back, and he missed a couple of games. But do you know how many holding calls? I had to sit back and say, he held again? He's not nearly what he used to be. That's pure reputation.
And poor Khalil Mack like, man, I got more sacks by myself than the whole Raiders team. The Raiders got 11 sacks. Khalil Mack got 12 and a half, Skip.
I think he's looking back. No, it has
But
been
I mean,
a good fit.
but Skip, it's always been like this. And now with social media, you see guys posting, vote for me in the Pro Bowl.
Yep.
Back when I played, Skip, guys come out, hey, let your boy get that Pro Bowl vote. Let your boy get that Pro Bowl vote. And for me, I'm like, oh yeah, okay. But nah, bro.
But sometimes when you ask players to vote,
they vote for their friends. They do.
and you don't see enough.
Yeah.
Like you'll see the game film of the teams you're
Right,
playing.
or you play, right.
But there are going to be some teams you really don't watch.
That is correct, Skip. And sometimes you have to go you're like, okay, the guy had a great, he gets an interception here or 2 interceptions there. But you can't, it's kind of like a reporter. I mean, unless you cover you're a beat reporter for the Cowboys. Unless Cowboys are playing that team, that's how you.
That is a very astute point because I've watched for years beat reporters who have to go to a game every Sunday and they don't get to watch any games.
Right.
And they don't have time to go watch game tape.
You know about the Cowboys and the team they're playing that particular Sunday. So that's it.
That's it.
So it's the same way for a player.
And then they say 1/3 of the vote goes to fans, and I never know if you could hold them accountable for this. The National Football League, is it really a third? Is it a half? I have no idea.
I mean, look, Andrew Luck got jobbed. So did Russell Wilson. So did Darius Leonard. So did Chris Jones. Everybody else, y'all ain't got no beef.
Well, my question for Skip is, the Cowboys had 5 players selected to the Pro Bowl, but where were they on Sunday?
Very good.
Wait, what is
You
this?
just went hood, Jenny.
I'm sorry.
Hold on. All them offensive players. Hold on. You had Zach Martin was out. So you had Tyron Smith. Zeke.
She just
I've been thinking about that
was
one
like
for a little
Jenny
bit.
from the block.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
get
So
him,
we
Jenny.
are going to talk about it. Who are you more disappointed